1 gold piece for a goblin.
At least it was 2.
Or two gold pieces for a goblin. 2 G's for a goblin.
Do I ever catch my auntie when she like comes up every once in a while and ask her if she has some time to identify or when she'll have some time to identify some stuff?
When you ask her, she's kind of semi-annoyed and she says, I'll have time to identify anything after your shield.
Okay.
Now let me get back to work.
Well, she came up here.
as she moves into the kitchen, grabs like a bunch of food and moves down again.
Okay. So I guess we'll just wait it out.
It's 20 G's for the Goblin Chief. It was 10 to 15 for an Orc, and it is 100-ish for a Chief. If you find like bugbears, which are basically more warlike goblins, they are happy to pay as much for them as they... Let's check that before I say anything. Are you buggers? There you are. Satire. Go back to this. They'll pay twice the amount of an orc for a bugbear.
Okay.
So that's about 20 to 30 gold.
What about wargs?
Wargs, they'll accept wargs. Let's see what the power of a general warg would be.
A general warg? No.
Could be interesting though.
Well, a general warg would just be a normal warg with a goblin war chief on it.
Possibly.
Not that I'm giving you ideas.
They're probably a little bit stronger than a basic warg. Wargs go for around the same as an orc does.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Apart from that, Gumby, make another perception roll.
Yeah,
Since you are most out.
What's your wisdom?
+3.
So it's actually +6.
No, I'm not proficient in perception.
I thought you were.
No.
Okay.
No. Yep. No,
Oh,
22.
What is it?
22.
22.
22, okay. You also hear, while you are speaking, a person comes to you. And that person, he says that he needs the help. He wants you to bless him.
So that he can do what?
Just bless him in general. So
He
bless him.
says he
recite
feels
a blessing?
threatened. And as you bless him, he starts to continue speaking, very hush hush. He says, "I think I have done something terrible lately."
Should I roll to see how he feels or what his general
Insight.
demeanor is?
Yeah, if
Insight
you want
roll.
to.
Ooh,
Yeah.
24.
He seems sincere. He seems scared. Hesitant
Okay.
hesitant to tell you this, but he still wants to tell you this, and he recognizes you as a person who is good and hopes that you will help him.
Okay, well, I'll ask him if he wants to kind of say it in private then, I guess.
He starts to nod furiously.
Okay.
Now you
Why
go.
would
You go to confession.
Basically.
Yeah, there are like separate rooms where you can speak. You take him to one of those rooms in the church where you have now been kind of a second guest. You have been speaking more here. People have come to accept you a little bit. You have been more. You got better at speaking it since you now know the people a little bit better. The man comes with you and he says, he continuously tries to start up a conversation but fails. He takes a big sigh and he says, "My name is Frederick. I am a guard of some sort to a nobleman here in town."
I know where this is going.
May surprise you actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
A short while ago, it was somebody came to me, and he inquired to a certain item within the house of my lord. I thought little of it. Told the person where it was. The person left. A couple of days later, another one came to me. He handed me a pouch with a couple of coins, and he said to me, "More of this will come if you bring the item we discussed earlier to me." He gave specifics in which tavern he would be, and he left. My pay isn't that good, and as of now, at this point, you get the feeling that he tries to persuade himself
Justify.
and
Yeah,
you,
he's trying
yeah,
to justify
he's
what
trying
he's
to
doing.
justify what he did. He says, "So I went in the house. The coin was a lot of coin, especially for me. So I went in the house, grabbed the rock that was asked for,
It was a rock. Okay.
and I gave it to the man. The man thanked me, handed me a considerable amount of gold, and he went away. The thing is, my master is furious at the missing of this rock." He then looks at you. He says, "Did I do a bad thing, or?" My master is rich. He has more money than he could ever spend. He looks at
That
you
is-
as kind of hopeful.
Well, unfortunately, you did deceive your master.
And stole.
Which is not something that I can condone. I would tell you that the right thing to do is to make the situation right, however possible. Either repay your master,
Which would get him killed. Like,
Or-
anything he does would get him killed.
Or
Do I know this?
you
Is
would
it
know
depending-
that
you could go to
on-
your master and beg for mercy.
Mm.
that's a
and
more
offer
general
to-
thing you'd say.
Yeah.
And offer to make things right. But may I ask why this rock was so important?
I don't know. My master is just furious that it's gone. He continuously says that it is
Oh, furious! I thought you said just
invaluable.
curious, just
No,
like,
furious.
oh, where'd it go? Okay.
My master
see.
says that it cost him a fortune, that it's worth a fortune. But I don't see it. Why? It's just a rock.
Ask if his master is magically oriented.
No, you don't.
Fine. I'm not gonna ask it, whatever. Gotta ask the questions here.
Toby?
Just who is your master?
My master is... He really doesn't want to say the name of his master. You'll probably have to entice him in one way or another. Yeah.
Just use persuade and oh yeah, I'll say like, don't worry, you are safe here. What you say here is safe. Is safe.
He takes a big breath of air. My master's name is Matthew. Matthew Vandenberg.
Vandenberg.
And this name, it does ring a bell. It's a very powerful, rich merchant within Amida. He controls, or he has a hand in a lot of different things. Among them is the now lowered trade to the dwarves in iron, gems, that sort of thing.
And his master is powerful, and I know this.
You have heard of this person like within 2 days of entering the city.
Okay, so he's pretty darn
Influential.
Yeah, he's pretty darn influential. Especially because he supplies the city with gold, gems, iron, which are very important things.
I don't know how good or how well or not well this would go with my character, but if I have heard of this guy, do I know if he's ever been in the church?
You know that he has from time to time gone to the church, like most people do. You are not certain if he is really a devout person.
Or if he's doing it for show.
Or for show or whatever, but he does go to church.
Because I'm wondering if I could, like... and I don't know how things would work in this world, but... if I could talk with the master.
As
Probably
in,
not, though, right?
What would you do?
Just, I wouldn't tell him who did it, I would tell him one of you...
Oh, that's so dumb. You know what, the first thing that would happen? You would disappear. Because you know something.
I don't know everything, though.
You know something, and he knows you know something, otherwise you wouldn't talk to him.
The thing is, you are a cleric, and it's like...
Do clerics in this world do that kind of thing, though?
Clerics in this... You would try to, especially being a lawful cleric, you would try to uphold the law. And in this person's case, the law states he has stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And on stealing, at the very least, you'll go to court. There's a prison sentence, at the very least.
And then he'd go to prison until he could repay his master, which is dumb, but that's how it would work.
Basically, so
it's life in
The
prison.
cleric has a code, right? To not tell people about those things.
Right,
Not necessarily.
Yeah, not necessarily.
No clergy.
What's the point
Clergyman
of telling your sins
privilege.
if they're
It
just
is-
gonna tell on you?
It is more like, he partly he has to be quiet on this, but on the other side, there's this man stole, and on stealing, this is what the law states. This is your punishment.
Okay, Wrath, here's the question. Let's lay it out. So, is a cleric's job, would a cleric, upon finding out that a crime has occurred, inform others that crime has occurred?
It
It's like-
depends. It depends.
Like here in the
on-
U.S., like you don't like what's said between a clergyman and a pastor, for example? Like,
It is privileged information. It is not admissible as
Right,
evidence.
but
in
that's
a
not.
court of law.
That's
It-
here. We're not talking about.
It
yeah.
probably
So it's like
depends on
comparing
the,
things to how things are in this world.
It probably depends on what the cleric, who the cleric follows.
Okay.
Really.
Well, let me ask you this: Is Melisandre, right? Is Melisandre a goddess of justice at all?
Not necessarily
Not
of
really
justice.
justice,
So-
but of truth.
Of truth.
So in this case, what I'm thinking is I would probably tell Frederick that it is his responsibility to right this wrong, since he is the one who committed this
Okay.
sin, I guess. If you would like to, again, though, that this is something that would happen here, but I don't know if it would happen there. Like the two could come to me, and then the three of us would talk. But I don't know if that would happen in this world.
No, that wouldn't happen.
You could try it. You could certainly try it. I mean, you are a cleric. You have a decent standard within society to be able to at least ask a
Right.
person, would you please meet me?
Right. So
You are not high enough as of yet to say you're coming.
Yeah.
But there's always the chance.
I can also talk to my superior too, so I can ask him.
You're gonna give it to an NPC.
Huh?
Yeah, it's fine if you want to take it out of your hand. If you talk to an NPC, cat's out of the bag.
yeah. Well. So,
In the meantime, though, I will tell this guard that it's his responsibility to right this wrong. He can do it immediately, tell his master what happened, and beg for mercy, or he can, but he can try to work things out between him and his master and somebody else within the church, because I have seen his master here. So I'll see if he will defer, at least to whatever decision we come to, and then or if it's our decision to transfer this to a court of law, then we can do that too. That kind of thing.
Okay. Make a persuasion check to persuade this person on what should be done
Okay.
according to you.
because I'm kind of unsure myself.
Yeah, you are unsure what to do in this situation. Have you ever been in this type of situation before?
You mean my character?
Yes.
Probably somewhat similar ones.
So what makes this case different? That you are so uncertain.
Maybe probably because the master is. Are you asking me like out of character or
No,
within
for your
character?
character. What would make
okay.
this situation more difficult?
The realization that this guy's gonna end up killed, no matter what he does, pretty much.
Well, I don't know if that's definitive. The only thing
No,
is like
well-
how influential his master is.
I would be shocked
I have-
if the
I have-
best
I
case
have-
scenario was anything but him lifelong in prison. I would be shocked.
Well, I don't know the justice system of this world. This is out of character. I don't know how well my character knows.
The justice system of this world is
Here's 5 gold. That's the justice system.
kind of medieval.
Yeah, no, that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, it's like you did bad stuff, you're going to jail. Have fun running.
Yeah,
We
it's
don't
you
care.
go to jail till you can pay it off.
Well,
Would it be reasonable for my character to ask how much money he was given? for
Sure.
you can ask whatever you want to ask.
Okay, I'll ask him.
It is
how much.
your character, so a lot of the things come to you.
Okay, I'll ask him then. How much were you given? And can you pay it back? Would you be able to?
He looks at you to the
I guess
side.
reimburse your master.
He says, how much do you think a messenger, a person who brings an item from A to B, gets, considering the worth of the item? How percentage-wise? How much do you think?
Could be anything from 5 to 20%, I guess.
Yeah, let's say that I got 1%, probably, possibly, and that 1% was like, he kind of looks away, out of like a well hidden pocket. He grabs a bag of coins. It is a sizable bag. He opens it up a little bit, and you can see the shine of platinum.
Shoot.
As he closes the bag and slowly puts
How
it.
many shines of platinum?
Lots and lots of shines of platinum.
Can you
The
perception
bag-
check?
Yeah, perception check to make a guess on.
Better than a 9.
Judging by the size of the bag, general ballpark.
Do I
So
happen to walk by and see it?
No,
No.
No.
Oh.
250
250 platinum pieces. What the
platinum
crap?
pieces.
That's how much he has.
1%.
That's,
Yeah, that's
what you,
1%.
that's what you think is
That's-
inside the bag. Might be more, might be less.
That's this. Yeah, this is going on inside my head.
He,
I'm not saying anything.
he's like very careful, showing it to you and putting it back immediately. He says, he is continuously moving with his hand, touching his face, this little bit of a beard that he has, fumbling with his hands, holding like small pieces of whatever, like this basic pieces of metal or something, which he continuously plays with. He's not at ease at all. And he says, I cannot in any way ask my master for forgiveness for this. It is too much. And he then looks away and he mumbles something very not loud. Make a perception check.
21. Nice.
21.
You can hear him say, I'm not going to prison. Not again.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay,
Is he
Wrath,
starting to walk out, or is he
clerics,
just standing
do
up?
clerics try to enforce the law at all, Wrath?
Yeah. Clerics. It's like you serve the good gods, or you serve mostly one specific god, and you try to follow that god's will as much as possible.
Okay.
Um,
So, theoretically, he could have reason to try to stop him here.
Yeah, is he getting up to leave?
he's not.
Or is he just kind of like looking away and muttering?
He is kind of looking away and muttering. He seems conflicted. Very, very conflicted.
Okay. So not again. Well, I'm not gonna mention to him that I heard what he said. I am gonna say to him, you know the right thing to do. It is your responsibility to do it. If you choose not to, you will suffer the consequences. You cannot hide this for long.
It will all be shown in the light. It will all
Yeah,
be brought to light.
the light. It will all be.
Revealed in the light.
All is
something like
revealed in the light of Melisandre.
Yep. There you go. There's your cleric, and there's the cleric end line.
Write it down.
So what? That line will be right in the.
All is
Yeah,
revealed
will be
within the.
revealed-
All
yeah,
will be
revealed in the light.
of
In the light of
Melisandre.
Melisandre.
And as you say that, you can see that most of the hope that this man had is kind of seeped away.
Way to go!
He,
Hope of what? He knows the
To get away with it.
smart thing to. He knows the smart thing to do
Is to run. That's the smart
Yeah.
thing to do.
But I'm not gonna tell him that.
he stands up. He bows to you, a very deep bow. Thank you for your time, sir. I'll return to my master. And
I bow. I
don't
semi
know.
bow back, and then I'll say like, "May the blessing of Melora be on you." And as you-
Melora.
No, not sorry, Melora. I'm too used to watching Acquisitions Incorporated. She's the goddess of light too, I think. So
yeah, I'm going to binge watch the last couple of episodes that I still need to watch.
It's next month, isn't it? For the next one?
probably it's
I
like,
don't know.
Should be coming up somewhat soon.
I still have like 4 or 5.
By the time this
to watch,
goes up,
so,
it will probably be up.
probably.
okay. There we go.
In any case,
Melisandre, sorry. So used to Will Wheaton saying Melora. Oh my gosh. May the light of Melisandre
Guide your
give you
path.
guidance. Give you guidance as you prepare. Yeah, as you set out in this endeavor.
he
Up to 1 minute. I can't use bless.
Just
It's other than
Make-
that's a minute.
just do something magical. You just hold your pendant and a glow comes from it. As you channel your divine magic.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'll say a quick prayer as he leaves, and then I'll hold my emblem up, and then I'll cast light.
he sees your emblem, you grabbing your emblem and light coming from it. He bows even deeper than he did before. Says thank you yet again and moves out of the church.
Good job for getting the guy killed.
Do I
With-
walk by and
No,
steal
I
it?
didn't get him killed. He got himself killed.
This is
No,
true.
Dolos, you don't.
I want that money.
Yeah,
So
I know
here's-
you
I
want
yell
the money.
out as he walks out. Feel free to make a donation. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So do you like come back and maybe tell people, or you can keep this to
Me?
yourself? Yeah.
Keep it to myself.
Okay.
Yeah, it would
Share
not be
with
some.
the group.
It would not
That's-
be something that you think would be
Darn it.
shareable.
Oh.
Raph, what are the laws regarding stolen goods? Because theoretically, for example, bandits, it belongs to the persons who basically took out the bandits. So how does that work in the grand scheme?
Generally speaking, if a thief is caught with stolen goods,
If the thief is caught,
he will be sent to jail. Stolen goods will be returned to the person they originally belonged to, if possible. If
Well, the thing is, this guard isn't a thief.
no, but if it is difficult to find the original owner, or basically impossible, sometimes the capturer of the thief is rewarded with items. Sometimes the like a city member just takes the items, distributes them in the city. There are a lot of different types of how it's dealt with.
Because-
At least all of them end with the thief in jail.
I
at the
will
very
agree that
least.
there is a fine line, and for something like a guard whose job is to keep the public order, if a guard catches a thief, absolutely has to turn them in. That's part of their job description. But if an adventurer basically finds a stolen cash, they don't have incentive to return that, and they didn't actually steal it, and they may not know it's even stolen goods. So it's a much finer line with
It
that
is
kind
difficult,
of thing.
but if said adventurer is found with an item that was stolen, he has to make a very good case as to why he got the item. And
Or run.
most of the time, most of the time running is a better idea.
Mm-hmm.
In which case you immediately are branded a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can accidentally steal an item, quote unquote steal an item.
No, it's not steal, it's be in possession of a stolen item. There's a
Be in
difference.
possession of a stolen item, but in the eyes of most lawmen, you're in possession of a
Guilty.
stolen item, you
Guilty
stole
till
it,
proven
guilty,
innocent.
go
Yeah.
to jail.
Oh, that's a good way to frame someone.
Wink,
Yeah.
wink. Alright,
It is generally a way people are framed.
so that was
Just
interesting.
Steal an item from here, put it in there.
Was this guy wearing his like guard uniform and whatnot, or was
No,
he
he
plain
wasn't.
clothes?
No.
He was wearing very, like very basic clothes, although with lots of hiding places.
And he was talking sincerely
Mm-hmm.
with my 24 check.
No, he felt guilt.
Mhm.
It wasn't like, hey, I got away with this. It's, oh, I did something bad.
But I got away with it.
What you couldn't really determine, I'll have to say this, is if he felt guilt for the stealing part, or if it was a little bit more intricate than that.
Really, I
He-
can remember 24. Okay.
It was clear that he felt guilt, and that he was sincere in talking to you, but on what specific thing he felt the guilt for is something you didn't really find
You
out.
mean if it's guilt or regret?
Yeah, if it's guilt, regret, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Perhaps it's all of them, perhaps it's only one of them.
Anything else, or?
No, that's what happens.
Do I get my shield yet?
In the end of the week,
Is it
You're
the
on
end of the
the-
week yet?
it is the end of the week. and
Technically,
you're on
you
to-
guys did have a week to do stuff.
Yeah.
If you want to do stuff, tell me.
I just wanna, like I said.
Steal.
Yeah.
So, does he get anything?
Make a perception check.
Roll a natural. Aw. That's a stealth. Throw a natural 20. See this
I
guy
want
with
you
a
to
ton
make
of platinum.
An actual perception check.
Oh, perception?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I have to actually roll
Perception.
okay.
Natural 20. Natural 20.
That's wisdom, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming up for
Natural
him.
20. Natural 20. Oh! Unlucky
You-
13.
So, after like the 2 weeks of continuously stealing like smaller stuff, this time you are more interested in stealing something a little bit more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And you find a house, like in the normal part of town, not extremely rich, but also not really poor. And within that house, you see an item being brought in. Roll 1d3 first.
3.
Okay,
good?
then.
I think they're all the same, maybe.
Maybe.
Oop, that was wrong. You 1d10, please.
Now roll d12, you get a 12 because it's been doubling.
The people are you are standing in front of this house, and you can see two people hush together, and you can see an item moving from one hand to the other hand. The item is it's a cage for a bird, but it's made with full gold, and it has electrum filigree.
It has what?
what now?
Filigree. It's what it says. I have no clue what it is.
What is this? What is this under? What page of the Dungeon Master Guide? I'm assuming.
This is how it's spelled.
Oh.
I mean, the electrum is the place. It's the type of it's made of. It's between platinum and gold.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I will have to Google that because I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Doesn't matter, it has
Ornamental
value.
work.
Okay.
Ornamental work of fine wire formed into delicate tracery.
So it's
We
basically
learn every day.
So it's like
Yeah.
kind of like trim.
Yeah.
But you can see that is being handed over from one person to the other.
Alright,
Your eye catches this as you know that this is probably worth a decent amount of gold. Yay.
so I'll take it.
In
One,
the night,
please?
in the
Oh.
night, you move to the house. Roll your stealth check. As you
Whoa.
move through the house. You move through the house.
Did you do any
and-
spells or anything beforehand?
No, he didn't.
I think I'm just...
Because I thought it was sneaking into the house, not in the house.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, you're sneaking into the house at this point. You are making a decent amount of noise.
do I realize this?
Yes, you do.
You sneak
Yeah.
around
Put
a
this
lot.
guy-
The,
on
the,
myself.
the lock of the house is a little bit more clunky than you expected. So it makes it more noise than you thought it would.
Okay, I put disguise on myself right now.
Okay, what do you disguise yourself as?
An orc.
Interesting!
Nice knowing you.
There
So you-
cause
you-
terror if you get caught.
You enter this house as a full-bred orc. You immediately grow like a couple of feet, or it appears as such.
I appear really big and scary.
Yeah, you enter the house. Look around. There's currently no one downstairs, but you hear a voice. Honey, is that you?
I say it is squeaky. No, joking. I try to hide.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So, you're fairly big right now. So this person comes down the stairs, and you put yourself in like a small nook, or a nook where all types of coats hang. You put yourself in there, praying to the gods above that they don't see your feet.
Yes.
Why did you do an orc?
The person moves to the door, and you can hear her. She looks outside. She said, "Now, who opened this door?" And she looks outside and starts calling a name. Gustav? Where are you? Honey? What do you do?
I stay still.
You stay still.
Yeah, I'm not seen, right?
No, you're
No,
not.
you would know if you were
Get my
seen.
dagger out.
Okay, you slowly grab your dagger.
Yes.
The person moves back in, closes the door behind her, which shuts. She said, "I could have sworn I closed this door, and why would Gustav?" She is like very confused and kind of mumbling to herself. As the back door opens, and a man comes in. Honey! How is my little darling Valda doing? Valda is kind of even more confused now.
Okay.
She points behind it, but the door just opened and you're there and what? You can now see like a more of a shadow. Two shadows standing in front of you. Make a perception check,
Why is it always perception?
because perceiving things is important.
Not to me.
Should be. So, within the shadow, you can see that you can now kind of see two shadows from the light from some light source. You have no clue what light source, and you can see that there is the one of the light source has a big object on its side. The two people start talking to each other. Talking is it starts off like very casual. What do you mean I came from there? I always come from the back. And at one point the woman gets kind of scared. Stuff, darling, would you just please check out the house for me? I'm kind of scared that something entered here. You can kind of hear him laugh. All right, I'll go check out the house. As he stamps away, the woman moves up, and the man just moves into the living room area, which you just caught a glimpse of.
Are they not in the same room anymore?
They're not in the same room. One of them is upstairs, the other one is in the common room, which is fairly close to where you are right now.
Have I seen where the item was? The item was brought inside the house, right?
The item was definitely brought inside the house.
What time is it?
1.
Wow. They're
No,
really
no,
late.
it's-
Somebody's out late.
It's a little earlier than that. It's
Yeah.
like 10. It's like
Okay.
10.
Wow, you were really greedy. When it,
I'm
like,
really early. Hold on, let me think this through.
Do you have the spell Silence?
So the man is walking around, kind of looking, and at one point you can see his shadow move in front of the place where you are hiding.
Do I know he's gonna go where I am, or do I just see him walk by?
You see him in front of you,
That's
and
it.
you can see his shadow move towards you.
Can I hide better?
Then at 24?
And you're standing there, and you can see them. You can see the person. He's holding something, and he's just poking around a little bit. And at one point, he just pokes right into the place where you are standing right now.
Only.
You are in fact hit by this person and his
He has
Very-
disadvantage though.
and his very crude weapon.
So I
It
feel
wouldn't be like
I
enough.
can't
It wouldn't
dodge.
be. It wouldn't be enough to like skewer someone though. It's more like just poking. So he's
Yeah.
getting.
No, it isn't skewered. It's as it comes through, you can see like a very thick wooden club, which just hits you in the belly. You take 3 points of damage. I want you to make a Constitution check to see if you're able to shut up.
What, a constitution?
Yeah.
Alright. That's a standard roll.
1d20 plus your Constitution.
Which is 0. Oh, natural 20! Oh, what a turn roll, a natural 20!
Wow.
So as this thing hits you, you're like slowly releasing the air out of your body.
Like a balloon.
Kind of. No, not like a balloon, because a balloon would be like
Yeah,
you're not.
that's true, without the sound.
because that would be giving you away. You can see the man. He's like, well, nothing here. As he puts the club, he just casually throws it back in the little nook you're standing. It doesn't hit you this time.
Good. A
And,
club though?
It's a club, and the man is just going off to bed. As he walks upstairs,
Ooh, that was close.
he says, as he comes upstairs, you can hear him talk. Well, I checked the house, Valda. There's no one here. As he continues, and who's a good birdie? Oh, aren't you a pretty one? And he just starts talking to a bird, apparently.
I'll go like, oh shit.
What'd you expect? It was a bird cage.
I didn't expect the bird to be already there.
So, Dolos, part of you is like, I should get out of here. The other part of you, but money!
Yes.
Wisdom check to see if you can convince the part but money to shut up.
Well, here's the question. Instead of that, what do you want to do as the character?
Yeah, I asked this because I know that his character is like money, money, money,
Okay, fair enough.
money,
Well,
money.
that is my flaw, so...
No, wait,
Yeah.
but
So he
do
probably
you
has to fight himself.
do you as the player want to go for it, or do you as the player want to go get out of here?
Even me as a player, I'm conflicted, like... Should
Okay,
I try?
then roll wisdom.
Yeah. So... 14.
You are standing inside of that little nook for a while, and you... It is now kind of silent, and you walk out of it, walk to the door, and as you put your hand on the handlebar of the door, you're like, nope, I must have this.
Okay, I guess I'll stealth.
And stab the birdie.
I'm like,
Where
it's
is
me.
my bird?
wow!
Oh my god, he really wants it.
I really want it.
As you notice you want this, you're like, and I'm gonna get it as well. And you're as sneaky as you have ever been.
As an orc,
Slowly
this giant
making-
orc.
Slowly making it up the stairs.
Well, they wouldn't hear my footsteps since I'm not really an orc.
Right. No, no
and
one.
Even if you were an orc, you'd be the most silent orc there has ever been.
Yeah.
So you're not just slowly, you're not just sneaking slowly, you're like sneaking and very quick as well. And you just move up the stairs. The first room you look in, you see two people sleeping. You see a bird cage with a bird in it, sleeping. This is the cage that you want to have.
Does the bird look valuable?
The bird looks reasonably valuable, yes.
Oh, you greedy. Do you know the
Is
spell
there-
silence?
Do I? No, I have a silent image.
Oh, you need to know silence. You can cast
Yeah.
silence, and then you'd be good.
Yeah, I know. Well, is there like a blanket over the cage? Because that's what you normally would do, right?
There is no blanket over this cage right now. It is night, so it is dark, so the bird in itself would just go to sleep.
Do I see anything I could cover the cage with?
The blanket of the people who are sleeping in the room would probably work.
How high of a
perhaps like
sleight of hand would I need to do that?
You need to do a Skyrim sleight of hand.
Yeah, I know, right?
it's a relatively warm night, so they wouldn't necessarily miss the blanket immediately. So that part is a little bit safer.
Here's the question: does Dolos
You
even
could-
know the concept of covering a bird cage? That's a question.
Probably.
Really?
Probably does know
I
it, yeah.
am from a noble family, so I should know.
Not only are you from a noble family, you're like trained in being sneaky, etc. And this is something you could see. So I give you the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Go
I
back
mean,
down and get a
Those two
coat.
fi-
I've
With
been
those
in
two
a lot of
things combined.
houses, so I should have seen it before.
Go back down and get a coat.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back down and get a coat.
So you slowly make your way back down, grab one of the coats, and you slowly make your way back up. This is the end of this stealth roll.
When I am back to the cage?
When you are back next to the cage.
Why she's gonna roll natural 1?
You
Too
see
bad
me
he's
jump
not
through
me.
the window. No.
What?
So I cover the cage with a blanket really carefully.
I mean the
Okay.
coat.
That's
With the
a
coat.
Sleight of hand.
yeah, probably a sleight of hand.
Doesn't matter. Isn't it the same roll for him regardless?
No, I don't think.
It's like
Do you
plus
get the
8.
plus 10 on the sleight of hand?
Yes.
Well, then roll it.
He's expertise with sleight of hand and stealth. Oh, he
God.
rolled terribly.
So you move this coat over, almost knocking the freaking thing off.
With a 13, that's saying something.
It's more the 3.
Oh, he rolled a total
But-
of 13.
Yeah,
It doesn't
but
matter. You don't look at the
you
die.
managed to save it. It's like I picked the dice number to kind of describe what happens.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
And the
Oh,
total
and
is it a success?
result.
Is it not a success?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mostly because that makes it slightly more interesting.
Okay.
What you as you do that, you made like a very you made a little bit of noise, and you hear like a as the man semi wakes up and continues to snore.
Okay, and is it covered?
The birdcage is covered.
Roll stealth.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll stealth.
Okay.
I hear the
You-
And GT.
So you
one
grab
more.
the birdcage.
Do they wake up?
You kind of scrape the birdcage a little bit over the table it was standing on, and both people do exactly the same thing. They're like, huh? No.
Oh my
Then they
god.
continue sleeping.
You see like sweat coming from my face.
You were just like, you were like so amazing, and then you sucked.
It's like this peak and then I drop
So-
massively.
So you now have the birdcage in your hands. You need to roll once more to get the birdcage downstairs.
Let's see that.
carefully,
3, 2, 1.
silently.
I was just thinking the same thing. Okay, here goes nothing.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And you grab the birdcage, making sure that it doesn't ramble too much, that you don't like bump into anything. When you're going down the stairs, you're going very slowly, keeping the birdcage more to the side so you can see where you're going. You open the door, look outside, make a perception check.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Here comes the one.
Oh my god, that's so close.
And
though.
you see
I'm
darkness.
You
Yeah.
look to the left, look to the right, like very quickly, and then just gather. It's safe. So you exit the house.
He's still stealthing.
Close the door. Yeah. You close the door. It goes like plop, closed. You walk away, and after like 1 or 2 streets further, you kind of put your arm to the side with the on the handlebar of the birdcage, coat still around it, and casually walk away to your known associates and contact.
Okay.
While there, you do your basics. You enter the building. Take it.
Yeah, I enter and wanna sell.
Okay. What do you say?
Hello, I've a new item I wanna get rid of by exchanging it for money.
Okay. Very interesting. What is it?
I put the bird cage on with the coat still over it on the counter, and then slowly present the bird cage with the bird inside.
You can see like there was no interest in the beginning, and then there's like, ah, interesting. You know, you don't usually see like a stolen object with a living thing inside of it. It
Yeah,
takes
only pros do it.
Yeah, I would agree. Actually, it takes a decent amount of skill. So, do you want to sell the bird, the cage, the bird and the cage, the jacket, the bird, cage, and the jacket, or any combination you?
Or any
I
combination.
would like to sell the bird and the cage as a package, and then maybe the jacket just on the side.
So
I'll
you
just give
basically,
it as
selling
a,
all of it.
Yeah.
so just basically all of it.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see. Let's start with the jacket. It's the easiest one, really.
If it's not worth anything, I could just give it away to him just to make
No.
him more happy with me.
It's like it's not like very fine jacket, but it's a decent jacket. It's worth 1 gold piece, which is
Oh.
not bad for a jacket.
It's pretty good for a jacket.
So that's what she says. It's 1 gold piece for the jacket. And now comes the more interesting thing.
Yes.
Roll a 1d5 for me, please.
Now I should roll high, right?
Yep, you want to roll high. Not bad. She's like, given the circumstances, I would be able to give you 230 gold pieces for the birdcage. And the bird in itself I have little knowledge of. So let me just do something very quick. She signs someone from the back who comes up to her. They speak a little bit. Person goes back in the back, comes back with a book. And she's like, she puts the book in front of her. It's a fairly thick book. And on the front you see birds. And she starts very casually going through the pages to
All
find the
of
bird.
them.
To find the bird that is inside of this cage. The roll of
5 hours later.
1d100. Roll of 1d100. The higher the number, the better the bird. That's what I'm called.
Let's hope it's some kind of dragon bird.
The Dova bird.
Ah.
So it's not a very rare bird, but it's also not very common. I'm not going to tell you the name of the bird because I have no clue.
Okay, fair enough.
She says, well, it's an interesting little birdie. It's not rare here, but it's also not that easy to find. Let's say 10 gold pieces. So that'll be a total of 241 gold pieces. The jacket, the bird, and the cage.
It sounds like a deal to me.
Very well then. How do you want it?
Let's do 20 plats and the rest in gold.
20 plat and 51 in, or 41 in gold. Here you go.
Thank you. I'm
You're
still
welcome.
the orc, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're still looking as an orc, but you're talking like a commoner.
Yeah.
So
They,
yeah,
they probably know I'm disguised, only they don't know who I am.
yeah, they know they probably know you're disguised. Yes, exactly as you said.
How long does that spell last?
Like an hour.
Might be waning off. You waited a bit in the house.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's like you step outside,
And then I change back.
and while you move, you slowly or you just change back